are some of the best books to read if you want to find out more about ancient Greek lore, myths, or just stories in general. I'm going to give you some options that you can buy, and then I'm also going to give you some free options. Also, quick disclaimer, I'm not saying that these sources are the most accurate, but I am saying that they're very interesting. And with that disclaimer, can anybody guess what my first recommendation will be? Of course, it is Herodotus, the OG historian. Now, he does get a bit of a bad rap at times because a lot of his stories don't have any other contemporary evidence to go with them, but I don't think that makes him invaluable when it comes to understanding the lives and beliefs of ancient people. And the good thing about Herodotus is you can pretty much open the book randomly and you'll be able to find something interesting. And by interesting, I mean like, oh, look, here's a story about two brothers robbing a bank where one of the brothers ends up telling his sibling to decapitate him so the king can't work out their identity, and then the brother who doesn't get decapitated ends up marrying the princess. So basically, it's a lot of good stories mixed with facts about different cultures and people. Now, another primary source that's pretty easy to read, and by that I mean the translations are easy to read, is Plutarch. One of my friends calls him the Daily Mail of the ancient world, and he pretty much is a bit of a tabloid, but you do get a good and enjoyable insight into how myths were used in the day-to-day lives and in politics. And the good thing with these types of books is that you can get them pretty cheaply secondhand, or in a lot of cases you can actually find them for free online. Now, in regards to something a little bit more fancy, I love this book. Basically, if you hear a random name from mythology, you can just look it up and then it will tell you about the origins of that character. Actually, that also reminds me, I did see this book on TikTok called Goddesses and Heroines by Jean Menzies, which is on my to-buy list. It's advertised as being a children's book, but it sounds amazing, and it's got like this reference section and a guide to pronunciations. I'll try and link the author in the description, otherwise you can just search for her on TikTok. Now, in regards to free resources, the Perseus Digital Library is good because you can literally just type in the name of someone or something you'd like to know more about, and it will give you all these ancient sources and references of that person or thing. And if there's more than one translation available from the original Latin or Greek, then it will also show that as well. Then another good free site if you want to read journal articles and stuff without paying for a subscription is academia.edu. You do need to make a free account, but then you can just search for topics and you'll get a whole heap of options of things you can read. And the good thing about this site is when you download something to read, it'll actually send you emails and be like, hey, we noticed that you were reading about the use of ceremonial daggers by the Dacians. Here's another couple of articles you might find interesting. So hopefully this has helped give you some ideas about where you can find interesting stories from ancient Greece.